and suck my tongue.
You killed a baby first time and
You killed the babies?
Yes.
You yourself?
With Papa. Papa holding my hand. He helped me. But he told me to cut the baby's head off. But he forced me to. I couldn't.
He held your hands?
He held my hand, yes.
Like what? Show me.
So this is my hand on the knife. He put his big hand on and he pushed my hand and then cut off the head. Like that.
Do you think Jeffrey Epstein was a spy?
I believe very strongly he was a spy, yes.
And who do you think he was working for?
The Israelis. I'm confident it was the Israelis.
Why?
Jeffrey Epstein is kind of the stereotypical example that they give you in training for what's called an access agent. This is a different kind of recruit. So, for example, if you're a foreign intelligence service and you want information, like close-in information from a former president, from the CEO of the biggest company in the world, from a member of the British royal family, you're not going to recruit these guys. You're not going to recruit Bill Clinton or Bill Gates or Prince Andrew. So you do the next best thing. You recruit somebody who has regular access to them. And that person that you recruit is going to need to make these people feel comfortable and appreciated. And so you give him plenty of money. So he has this house on an island, or he has the whole island. And maybe you bring in young girls, you get them in compromising positions, just in case you need to use what's called compromat, compromising pictures. We know now that Jeffrey Epstein's house on the island had video cameras, hidden video cameras in literally every room, including the bathrooms. Why? Why would he care what was going on unless it was to use that information against people?
And actually, my prediction is in the benign scenario of the future that the robots will actually make so many robots and AI that they will actually saturate all human needs. Meaning you won't be able to even think of something to ask the robot for at a certain point. There will be such an abundance of goods and services because my prediction is that there'll be more robots than people. So,
but how do you then have human purpose in that scenario?
Yeah, I mean, nothing's perfect, but it is a necessary. Like you can't have both. You can't have work that has to be done and amazing abundance for all.
And then the big political and economic question of the 21st century will be, what do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games.
And we call this the metaverse.
What you guys do in here?
Pretty much everything that you would do in the real world.
Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Would constitute a new useless class. When I say that these are useless humans, it's not from the viewpoint of the mother, of the wife, or the son.
Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
First, we've got population. Now, the world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Forget the conspiracy. Listen to our government agencies. These guys are telling the truth. There's no conspiracy here, folks. Just get your damn vaccine.
All right. Thank you, doctor.
This one's in Thailand.
I've been to Thailand before.
Have you?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
What comes with the island?
There's a small villa there. You could practically build what you want.
There's building space.
Yeah, there's
Do the islands come with the children, or the children?
This island does have a small school. There are children.
Okay, so I don't know if that was a
yeah.
What countries are near to abduct them from?
Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam,
Philippines.
The Philippines. Of course. The Filipinos, you know, if they're not being a nurse, they're being your crew. Okay, so.
True.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. What age ranges?
Below 10, I don't.
I distinguish between the deep state, which is the Vatican, the Rothschilds, and the Chabad Jews. And then they use the Freemasons and the Knights of Malta as fixers, and they use the City of London, Wall Street, central banks as managers. That's the deep state. Below the deep state is the shadow government, which is comprised of the politicians and senior bureaucrats, many of the murderous pedophiles that have been brought into the pedophilia system as a control blackmail element. Those are the shadow government people, but they're not the deep state. They're the best of the servant class. The different ways in which the deep state, and particularly the Zionist supporting foundation for the deep state, which has the Anti-Defamation League as its primary secret police, they censor, manipulate, and digitally assassinate people. And the reason they do this is because those people are getting close to the truth.
Why is no one talking about the fact that Epstein Island had an actual temple built for Moloch? And out of all demons that exist in ancient texts, Moloch is the worst one you could pick. This isn't symbolism. This isn't decor. This is the same entity tied to child sacrifice across history. People keep getting distracted by celebrity drama, but behind closed doors, the elite were flying to that island, meeting in that temple, and performing rituals tied to the exact thing Moloch represents. That's not speculation. That's what the structure was designed for. And here's what most people don't realize. Moloch is the same bull-shaped deity behind the red heifer rituals. It's the same being Israel was warned about in the Bible. Leviticus literally says not to give children to Moloch, meaning this isn't new. It's ancient. It's been happening for thousands of years. The Epstein files, the lists, the sealed documents, everything circles back to that temple. When the rest of the files finally drop, people will act shocked, but the truth was sitting in plain sight the whole time. The island wasn't just a crime scene, it was a shrine, and everyone who walked inside knew exactly what they were honoring.
Jewish people, you are protected. You are special, special people.
This is our first Jewish president.
A new day dawns, the 20th century, with hopes of freedom, happiness, and peace.
Does everyone else think it's a nice Jewish family? From the outside, you appear to be a nice Jewish girl.
Definitely.
And you all are worshiping the devil inside the home?
Right. There's other Jewish families across the country. It's not just my own family.
Really? Things. You don't have to give us the gory details, but what kinds of things went on in the family?
Well, there would be rituals in which babies would be sacrificed, and you would have to,
Whose babies?
There were people who bred babies in our family. No one would know about it. A lot of people were overweight, so you couldn't tell if they were pregnant or not. Or they would supposedly go away for a while and then come back.
Anyway, so you witnessed the sacrifice?
Right. When I was very young, I was forced to participate in that, in which I had to sacrifice an infant.
And the purpose of sacrifice is to what? Is to bring you what? What are you sacrificing for?
For power.
Power.
Europe is the values of the Talmud, the Jewish sense of personal responsibility, of justice, and of solidarity.
Bullshit. It's true.
So it's not just the dogs and the cats, not just the pets.
It's not just the dogs and the cats. They're full-on vampires. And everybody still thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh and they drink human blood. They do, Tucker. Stop staring at me like that.
You're freaking me out, man. Because you spent your life in the entertainment business, so I think you have some authority on this.
So many kids that I was in mental institutions with over the years, they are all from those cults. And they've covered it all up. They covered it all up. And, you know, I just pray to God. I'm just going to pray to God that He opens everybody's eyes in this country. No.
Источник зла – это Бог, не сатана. В иудаизме сатана – это и есть Бог. И сатана – это и есть Бог. Это и есть Бог.
This attack. This is the reason Rabotai Karim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says during war, there is no mercy. You may think you're being merciful to a child, but you're not being merciful to the child. You're being vicious to the ultimate victim that this child will grow up and kill. Because the ideology that that child will grow up with is even worse than the ideology of his father. Hence the reason why the Torah in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 20, verse 16, says, rules of war, Lo techaye kol neshama, do not allow anyone to remain alive. Nothing.
Don't kill those supposedly innocent kids. What would happen later? This one would kill 50 Jews. They will become terrorists, one way or the other. So that's what the Torah says. Someone is on the way to kill you now or in a year from now. You can kill him even now, a year before. You don't have to wait a minute before. But the point is right here that Hashem say, do not have mercy on the children. Kill all their children also. Why? There's no difference between them and their children. In 10 years from now, these children will attack you on the way. Hashem knows. God knows.
This is not just one wacky rabbi. Mizrahi is not some wacky guy. He's not the extreme. This is becoming mainstream.
אם זה בסדר לירוק על נוצרים. אם הם עובדי עבודה זרה, אז אנחנו צריכים למוס בהם ולשקט אותם ולרמוס אותם ובעיקרון גם להרוג אותם, כי הרי גוי חייב בשם המצוות בלי נוח, ואם הוא לא מקיים את זה צריך להרוג אותו. אבל... אתה תהרוג מישהו? אם הייתי יכול, הייתי מאוד שמח לעשות את זה, אבל אין לנו בית דין, אז אנחנו לא יכולים לעשות את זה. אוקיי, אבל זה אמונה של מישהו אחר. זה אמונה שמי שמאמין בה צריך להרוג אותו.
מי שמאמין שהאלוהים שלי הוא חלק מאיש, אז צריך להרוג אותו. מי שמזלזל באלוהים שלי, אדוני.
7-8, cannibalism might seem kind of gruesome. It kind of is. I'm going to give you a little background of what got me to this position to run this bill. Back in 2019, I heard that Washington State was starting to do human composting, and that disturbed me. I wanted to address this because what I didn't want to see is bags of compost with human bone fragments. I want to stop it getting into the human food supply. I was on a plane this summer, watched a video of some food show, and the three contestants tasted the food and they had to guess what was in it. It was some kind of a sausage, and one of the options they told these people that was in the food was human flesh. The way our society's going and the direction we're going, this is going to be normalized. There's only one state in the union that it is illegal, cannibalism is illegal, and that is Idaho. It's already illegal for someone to do it themselves, but it is not illegal for them to give it to somebody unknowingly. So what that language does is captures it getting into the food sources. That's really my concern.
Would you want to include on line 11 flesh, blood, bones, and organs?
I do believe flesh would cover the organs. Hopefully we don't ever have to add bones to this. But I was doing that incrementalism thing. I mean, if it's not even illegal to feed it to someone, so I was thinking like maybe next year we come back.
I've been trying to tell you, you guys are eating human.
All right, Chef, can you tell us the 3 secret ingredients that might be found in this amazing sausage that you made for us today?
The 3 secret ingredients that might be found in the sausage are fish liver, human flesh, or shark.
Are those really the 3 ingredients?
Yeah, fish liver, human flesh, or shark.
You guys, is this...
Is there a problem?
Is that...
And there's just there's a stigma surrounding this.
We're good. We won't clear this. We're good. We're good. We're good. Let's go on, Brian, please.
All right. Yo. Thank you, Kev. Thank you very much. All right, Joe. Fish liver, shark,
or human flesh.
God help you, it better be shark.
All right, 2. What do you think it's gonna be?
Shark, Tim.
Shark?
The liver is like too obvious, and I don't think it's human flesh, so I think it's shark.
Chef Keith, can you tell us what is the secret ingredient in this dish?
Yes, I'm afraid you're both wrong. It is human flesh.
No.
Whoa.
That's not okay. That's
No,
not all right.
you know,
It's a wonderful renewable protein.
Well, hey, all right,
No,
are you
that's
sure?
disgusting.
No, you know, I didn't know it was gonna go like this either.
That's really disgusting.
Chef, are you serious?
Yeah, of course.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna go throw up.
I didn't know we were going
That's
there. Are you
so-
okay?
I'm gonna go throw up.
This is very popular in my restaurant. You thought it was delicious. You said it was delicious, and I think there's a stigma about it. Think about it. Every day, 60,000 new sources of protein in this country alone.
Would like someone die and then you make it?
How else would we make it?
Oh,
I mean,
God.
many small villages.
All right. I apologize.
If every single restaurant and every single grocery store has meat 24/7, 365, where are all the farms?
When they're feeding the dead to the living, you know the end is near. Check out this death chamber, this washing machine. They call it aquamation, where they liquefy the dead and then dump the remains down the drain to be recycled into the municipal water supply. And so people are drinking it, they're showering in it, they're doing their laundry in it, and this is happening in most states across the country. In most major cities, they're recycling dead people and feeding it to the living. What does that mean exactly? And they're grinding up the bones into powder. They call this calcium phosphate, which is going to be used for food processing, undoubtedly. Maybe in your vitamins. And so what are the implications when people start eating dead people, like cannibalism? Is there going to be kuru running around out there? Mad cow disease? What about in a spiritual sense? What is that like when you're eating and drinking dead people? Of course, they're spraying this on the food supply. Irrigation. They're using dead people as compost, and people are drinking it. So what does that mean? What does that feel like? Ladies and gentlemen, obviously this is another satanic ritual that's being performed before our very eyes. And essentially people are being raped by this death juice as they're forced to drink it. Talk about drinking the Kool-Aid. Now they're drinking dead people in the major cities. That's why they're all crazy in these big cities. They're drinking dead people, and they don't even know it, for the most part. And they keep finding human DNA in the food supply. What do you think that's all about? It's probably not just aquamation, but they're probably grinding babies and who knows what else in these meat processing plants so that people will eat human flesh without even knowing it. That's how these cult members get their kicks, ladies and gentlemen. Quite literally.
Coca-Cola just signed a 5-year, $1.1 billion deal with Microsoft. 5 years ago, it was discovered that there were fluorescent nanoparticles in Coca-Cola. Now, if I were a conspiracy theorist, I might think there were more to this partnership.
Now, according to reports, Microsoft and the Coca-Cola Company have announced a 5-year strategic partnership to align Coca-Cola's core technology strategy system-wide. So it is said to enable the adoption of leading-edge technology and foster innovation and productivity globally. Using Azure Open AI service, Coca-Cola is currently exploring the use of generative AI-powered digital assistants. Now, did you know they have found nanotechnology in Coca-Cola and in Pepsi products? Have a look at this. The biodistribution study in major organs indicated that the NPs were easily accumulated in the digestive tract, and they were able to cross the blood-brain barrier and dispersed into the brain. Questions, and of course suspicions, have been raised in recent years.
Europe is the values of the Talmud, the Jewish sense of personal responsibility, of justice, and of solidarity.
Monster energy drink. In Hebrew language, it means 666, the number of beast. Google Chrome. If we watch closely, this logo consists of the number of the beast. Nickelodeon. The meaning of this Latin word is I don't care about God. Gmail. The Gmail logo looks exactly like the Royal Ark apron. Watch. Google Play. It looks exactly like the sigil of Lucifer. Watch the comparison.
It is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still. But I was just referring to myself in the past. Not that I was not human.
One thing even they didn't know, though, I'm wired too. I replaced 98% of my own noodles with nanotissue years ago. But mine's different. It's built to send, to transmit, whereas every other nanocell that I put out there, including the ones in your head, Cable, designed to receive. I think it, you do it. We're talking every slayer, everyone in society. I believe your better half will fall under that category, provided they're within range of my transmitters.
Nice castle. So you got an army of psychotics and demons to dance around for you.
You're thinking small, Cable, but not as small as me. See, nanocells are real small. 1,000 times smaller than these dust particulates.
First dreamed up by the military to get information from the battlefield.
They call it smart dust, and the new technology may soon make it possible to keep track of anything, anywhere, including you.
Smart dust originated with DARPA back in the 90s. This powder-sized chip is something called the Mu chip from Hitachi. It's the smallest commercially available RFID system in the world. You can literally scatter this stuff like dust or embed it into a sheet of paper. It doesn't require a battery. Flecks of computing power settling on your skin, ingested, monitoring you inside and out.
The nanoparticles are designed to go under the radar of the immune system, and so they are undetected in the body.
We have computing everywhere, we have connectivity everywhere, we have infrastructure that can compute those with new capabilities like AI.
If you have enough data and you have enough computing power, you can understand people better than they understand themselves, and then you can manipulate them in ways which were previously impossible.
Transhumanism is a growing movement that aims to use technology to modify our bodies, sometimes in radical ways to make them stronger, faster, and better.
I'm going to get religious on all of us for a second. There is a song we sing on the Sabbath, and it's called Eishes Chayil, and there's a line in it that says, Sheker Hachein Vehavel Hayofi, which means that we glorify lies and we uglify beauty, which means, let's say, we think that when someone abstains from promiscuity, that they're prude and that they're bad because they care about sexual health and they want to be celibate and they want to have meaningful sexual relationships. You get scoffed at for that. But somebody who goes and makes $50 million off of porn is going to be praised. So in the same right, in our religious culture, they're going to take the ugliness and they're going to hide it. They won't necessarily beautify it, but they're going to hide it. And the beauty of the people who have the courage to speak up, those people are going to get punished. Those people are going to get cursed. Those people are going to be found dead. Those people are going to be found blackmailed. Because there's like a whole underworld going on in these super religious circles where they have their own police, they have their own, if there's even landlord abuse, there's organizations, they have like there's a whole underworld going on of loaning and getting people out of trouble. And
I just finished 5G. I was a leader on 5G getting that done, and now they're up to 6.
Let's do it again.
What does that do? Give you a little bit deeper view into somebody's skin?
This is what convinces people to accept, to legitimize total biometric surveillance. We need not just to monitor people, we need to monitor what's happening under their skin.
What does that do? Give you a little bit deeper view into somebody's skin?
The future Stalins of the 21st century, they could be watching the minds, the brains of all the population all the time, and also they will have the computing power to analyze all that.
I've never felt so clean in my life.
That was the best weird shower I've ever had. A little cold.
Okay, yours is different. Why are they all different?
Hello, and welcome to the Bureau of Genetic Welfare. In the early part of the 21st century, scientists first discovered a way to map, then edit the human genome.
You can choose to settle for merely adequate, or you can choose excellent. A genetic solution puts you in control of your life. So why just hope for a better future when you can choose perfection? Choose perfexia.
But what started as an attempt to erase humanity's faults almost erased humanity itself. Genetic modification deepened the rifts between people, and as they got more entrenched, the world began to tear apart until humanity crossed a line from which it could never return. In the ashes of civilization, a small group of genetically unmodified individuals established the Bureau of Genetic Welfare here at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. Our mission is to oversee a grand experiment to purify the human genome. That experiment is the city of Chicago. Your participation in the Bureau's work means you are now the guardians of the future. Your destiny begins today.
Vaccine nanoparticles that can be activated by electromagnetic frequencies.
But now the whole science of vaccines is nanotech, live viruses, you name it, that literally change the brain so you're, quote, never stressed again, or nanotech that change your body. This is science fiction. This is just government injecting stuff in you to change you.
The nanoparticles, the scary thing about it is these could actually be activated with a smart meter. I mean, if you look at the big picture, you have all the smart meters on your homes. They could be activated with cell
They're now
phones.
putting chips in a lot of the new meds coming out that you ingest. I mean, you can see the plan. You've also got all the admitted and allowable contaminants from these facilities producing vaccines in some of the nastiest environments you can imagine, where there's just thousands in some cases of other viruses, bacteria, mold, just growing in there, and then they just suck it out, mix it together, inject it in, and you are literally putting monkey pus and vomit into your body.
See, that's how you can secretly manipulate the RNA and the DNA. They might say that's a flu vaccine. Okay, they might put influenza viruses in there, but what's really going on? Because how are you going to get into the human DNA and RNA to change it? You have to use a virus as a carrier. Okay, a virus can go through.
That's right. It's the perfect Trojan horse delivery system.
Trojan horse delivery.
I know you've got a sore throat, you've got a blocked nose, you've got flu-like symptoms, you feel lethargic, and no matter what you do, you just can't shift it. Now grab your tinfoil hat and listen to this. You ever heard of Dr. Christopher Pister? He's the guy that invented smart dust. And the people that funded his research into smart dust are DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. Smart dust refers to vast networks of microscopic wireless sensors, MEMS, that are tiny, often grain of sand size, combining sensing, computation and communication to gather data on light, temperature, chemicals, vibration and more.
This video was taken in upstate North Carolina on December 7th. And if you know anything about the weather, you know sometimes it's misty and foggy out. But I've done this exact same experiment, taking a high-power flashlight outside at night, when there was no humidity, no moisture, no pollen, no dust, but instead a bunch of planes flying around all day, releasing condensation. You go out at night and you will see a dry particle storm. This reminds me of the meme, "You think that's air you're breathing?" Dude, we're talking advanced technology. We're talking a covert assault on humanity. You think those planes are driving around willy-nillying around? Something's happening, dude, and there are whistleblowers speaking out about it, which you don't hear because it gets censored. Some say it's smart dust. Others say it's nanopolymers that are self-assimilating. Others say it's simply only heavy metals, which isn't really that simple, but they are finding heavy metals at exceedingly high amounts in even some of the most remote regions in the world. We have patents, we have treaties in between countries in regards to things up there being sprayed. The UK just announced they're going to test dimming the sun to fight the climate. How do they do that exactly? By injecting things into the atmosphere. Don't take my word for it though. Next time you see a heavy spray day, go out at night, and again, you got to account for, is it polleny? Is it super misty today? Or is it a dry, normal day, but a lot of activity in the skies going on? Go out with a flashlight And tell me you don't want to detox after you frickin' see this.
Things are going to change, aren't they?
Yes, John. Things will change. But stay close to me as they do.
Find peace without you? How can we forgive ourselves for what we did to lose you?
You don't have to forgive yourself, because I forgive you. And you don't have to lose me, because my spirit will never leave or forsake you.